Hi guys, it's Debbie and I recently watched a curious, bizarre horror movie, Saccharine, and I wanted to chat with you about it. A dystopian movie, but not by that much, given the current state of the world and our increasingly crazy beauty standards. The protagonist is a woman who has been struggling for years with her weight and her self-esteem. She binges, then pushes herself to the limit at the gym. She's tried everything, and then one day she comes across an extremely unconventional weight loss hack. She discovers that a compound made of human ashes gives crazy weight loss results. And instead of doing the rational thing and walking away from it, she starts making these homemade pills out of human ashes. She starts losing a lot of weight and feeling happy, which is already crazy in itself. And then she realizes that she feels like she's haunted by the people who she's consuming. Now, obviously, her choice is extremely controversial, illegal, and dangerous. But in the world we live in today, I wouldn't be surprised if people would run to buy a pill made of human ashes. Even if in addition to all of that, you'd even be haunted by it. Health has almost completely disappeared from the conversation. People aren't changing their body for health. It's not even anymore about just some insecurities that you want to fix, to regain confidence. It's literally just about fashion and trends. People are shaving their jawline because now it's popular to have a specific shape of the face. People are removing healthy teeth to then have a more shallow, slimmer face. So our protagonist, who is really just slightly overweight and wants to regain control over her eating habits and her life, finds herself completely overwhelmed in a world where extreme has become normal. There's actually a very realistic scene in which she's doom scrolling on her phone and she comes across these videos, woman with crazy weight loss tips. Next video, woman saying, eat the donut and embrace your curves. Next woman, this is my workout routine and how I lost X amount of weight. And our protagonist just scrolling these for hours. It perfectly captures how exhausting and contradictory social media has become. For example, I couldn't wear foundation for this video. Even if it's a medical issue, was it easy to get on camera like this? No. Even if I know very well that 10 years of dermatologist appointments for my acne are way more important than social media telling me I can't appear like this on camera. Anyway, to put it simply, Saccharine is a bit like the substance, but instead of the fear of aging, it's about the fear of gaining weight. So the movie itself is very interesting and the haunting aspect is genuinely creepy. There's some great moments of body horror, but unfortunately the story remains very limited and repetitive, and it seems more interested in developing these beautifully grotesque horror images rather than developing the actual story. So apart from the very beginning and the ending, the film follows the same pattern over and over again, the same cycle. She's torn over taking the pills, she takes them, she loses weight, the haunting becomes worse, people around her become concerned, and then we repeat the process. And then it's all wrapped in these very lengthy dream-like sequences, which I assume are also meant to reflect that nearly trance-like nature of binge eating. So for me, it ends up being a movie with a fantastic lead performance, beautifully gorgeous, disgusting visuals, some genuinely unsettling body horror, but a story that doesn't really develop enough to justify the runtime. I honestly feel like it would have worked better as a short film. I later then read this review about somebody saying that this movie also connects to the Buddhist concept of the hungry ghost, something I'd never heard about. These are beings driven by endless desire and greed, trapped in a constant cycle where nothing could ever satisfy them. So there may be another layer to the story that I wasn't aware of. What I would like to mention is that a few years ago I watched another horror movie with similar themes but better developed, and that is Fruit Chan's Dumplings. Once again, it's about the pursuit of eternal beauty through increasingly horrific methods. This time, instead of human ashes, the miracle treatment comes in the form of dumplings with another very disturbing secret ingredient. As the film progresses, both the customers and the woman supplying these dumplings become willing to go to more and more horrific extremes, and the story just keeps escalating in a much more well-written way. So honestly, if you have the stomach for this kind of horror, I would recommend Dumplings rather than Saccharine, although it isn't an awful movie. We're living through a very interesting period for horror, with original ideas finally getting more mainstream attention without relying on endless sequels and franchises. So if you have seen Saccharine, I would love to hear what you think about it, and if you haven't seen it, does it sound like something that would interest you? Let me know everything with a comment down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.